Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It is Tuesday, November the 11th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thank you for watching.
She's a Formula One fan, and when Sophia Doherty learned about the new STEM racing program at her school, she jumped at the opportunity.
It really intrigued me, the name, and I was like, okay, I'll just do it. It's extra credits. I think I'm going to learn a lot. Like, might be a tough experience, but I'll give it a try, and I'm very glad I did.
Doherty is one of 6 students who spent 14 months creating a racing team to compete against other schools across Canada.
You can't just give them everything. They have to find things on their own. They have to design it the way they see that addresses those specifications. So there are some regulations that don't allow the teacher to just be doing it for them. Like, you wouldn't necessarily know, but we would know.
Manny Aurora was the team's project manager and says the students all had different roles and took their job seriously. That commitment helped them earn the right to compete in the World event in Singapore.
It's a very professional program. They're looking for kids that will be their next engineers in Formula One. They're looking for kids who will be the next marketing advisors for Formula One. It is the entire competition is designed to build kids' resumes to be in F1. It's to work in F1. It's to succeed in F1.
83 teams from 34 countries competed in the largest ever STEM Racing World Finals. The scaled-down cars are powered by compressed air and are extremely fast. But Weston Fremont says they're always looking for ways to beat their last time.
How can we improve aerodynamics? How can we reduce weight? And we were lucky enough to have access to a CFD sort of wind tunnel simulation software, which let us test the car or the theoretical wind resistance on the car, so we could figure out how we could increase the aerodynamics as much as possible.
Doherty's favorite F1 team is McLaren, and she and the others got to tour the paddock before the Singapore Grand Prix, where many hope to work one day. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, south of Calgary.
It's an improbable reunion.
We realized that we were pen pals 35 years ago.
Flashback to 1990, when the Royal Canadian Navy participated in the Persian Gulf War.
In New Victoria, Cape Breton, there was an ad in the Post to write to any service member overseas just for your support. So I had done that. You must possess an awful lot of courage, faithfulness, and honesty to your country.
Halfway around the world, Petty Officer Richard Austin was patrolling the sea aboard the HMCS Athabascan.
In my way back to my watch station on the ship, I would just stop by sick bay, and the box was there, and I'd grab letters and take them back, and then when I got down to where I was going, then I would read who it was from. I think the pink envelope caught my eye.
Austin would then write back.
Thank you so much for your thoughtful letter. I was dealing with a weapon system, and I was all alone for like 12 hours a day, so I had to have something to occupy my mind.
Fast forward 3 decades later. Lisa Johnson has moved from the East Coast to London, Ontario, and works as a server.
I served these 2 gentlemen, Rick and Mike. We got to chatting, and I said I wrote to a Navy personnel back in 1990. I have the letter here. So when I produced the photo of the letter, Rick said to me, "Lisa, that's my writing." And just goosebumps, like, there's no way.
And when she showed it to me, I recognized my writing and my unique computer graphics that I did to write to a lot of people. Yeah, it was just, oh, wow.
The two see each other every weekend when Richard comes in for breakfast.
He served us in the military, so now I get to serve him.
And you need those moments in your life, especially today, to have a bright ray of sunshine shine in. And so it's just like, yeah, there is good in the world.
It's rare for military stories to have a happy ending. This one not only makes you feel warm inside, but it's a tale worthy of a Hollywood script. In London, Brent Lale, CTV News.
The promise of one last dance at Evolution Wonder Lounge brought out a large crowd to funnel down the stairs one last time. Even though the 12-year-old bar is only moving, not closing, attendees say they had to be here to send the old location off properly.
This place is special. I feel comfortable here.
Evo has been like a very fundamental, like foundational place for me.
For a lot of people, this is their first gay bar. This is the first space that they came to where they felt safe and accepted and not a minority. And that's going to be pretty emotional for a lot of people.
Rob Browatsky is the co-owner of Evolution Wonder Lounge. Over the next week, he'll be working to move the rest of the family-owned business over to the new location.
I think that certainly for the first few weeks at the new space, I'm going to not think about this space at all. But I know that there will come a time, whether that's in 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years, when I'll be like, wow, I do miss that little dark basement bar.
Browatsky says Edmonton has had a number of high-profile nightclub closures over the years, some advertised and some catching the community by surprise. He says he always promised that when this one closed, there would be a lot of advance notice. While running this club hasn't always been a waltz for him, he understands how many will miss the old space.
My goal is to just let myself believe it when people come up and tell me what the space or the staff or myself have meant to them over the last 12 years.
Just feel that sense of belonging is like so important to the human experience.
While the mirror ball will stop turning on 103rd, dancing will continue at the new Evo location on Jasper Avenue next weekend. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
297 crosses, one each for someone Donnie Kapler bonded with while in the Army.
I was going to do a little cross for each member of the forces that I lived with and shared life with that passed away. But that was unattainable.
After a 25-year career, the former Sergeant Major retired in 1985 with a lifetime of memories and friendships. The display, a tribute to them and those who died in war or training missions. Now 82, Kapler gets help from his neighbors who set it all up.
I had a little plan drawn out, what goes where, and the measurements were all done. So they just took a measuring tape and a rope, and away they went.
His neighbors would do anything for him.
Donnie's done all the work to get it organized, so it's very easy to do and help him, and there's no better person to help than Donnie.
Kapler and his wife June backpacked through Europe years ago, visiting 152 military cemeteries.
It's a dedication, and it's difficult to understand what they went through until you've seen it.
People have been stopping by to take pictures and pay their respects, and that's just fine with Kapler.
Yesterday, for example, there was probably 8 or 10 cars that actually stopped, and I talked to 3 or 4 different people.
He says it shows the respect is still there. Donnie Kapler says the display will be taken down the day after Remembrance Day, but if anyone wants to come out and see it for themselves here in the Royal Oak subdivision, they're more than welcome to. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
Who's your top 5?
Bo, Maddie, Kurt, Chapman, Springer.
To say Leah Van de Sype was a diehard Blue Jays fan would be an understatement. Van de Sype, who passed away in January of 2023, kept journal logs of every single Toronto game during the final years of her life, according to her son, Brent.
She wouldn't miss. She would give us heck if we stopped by after work and started talking to her and she missed a play.
Though Leah harbored a lot of love for the Jays, she was also not afraid to tell it like it is. Her final journal entry was a scathing review of a 2022 wildcard series loss to the Seattle Mariners, where the Blue Jays blew a 7-run lead.
Basically, up 8-1, go and lose it. How pathetic, unbelievable. So, like I said, she didn't pull any punches.
After Leah passed, Brent had a mission to get her last journal into the hands of the Blue Jays. He was able to get in touch with Jessica Bassett, wife of Blue Jays pitcher Chris Bassett, and arranged to turn over the journal during a Jays home game on May 17th. But on May 8th, Brent's wife Michelle sent Jessica a text saying that this journal is going to bring the team good luck, and did it ever.
The Jays now, Kenny, as I write it down, a Major League best since May 8th, 44-22.
I truly believe that Mom and her love for the Jays, and just to overturn the last game she saw, maybe like a spiritual guardian.
Toronto would then go on a storybook playoff run, culminating in a gut-wrenching loss in Game 7 of the World Series. Despite the agonizing ending to this season, Brent believes his mother has some unfinished business with the team.
Maybe she celebrated too early. Maybe she got into the red wine, turned her back for a second, and those very close calls in the 9th inning went the other way. She's not gonna lay back on that. She's gonna be back next year, and she's gonna see us to a championship.
Time will tell if the Jays' spiritual guardian can help them to one more win next season and the franchise's first championship since 1993. Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
Timmins High and Vocational School is a loyal participant in the annual Santa Claus Parade, and this year is no different. Students began work on their float a month ago.
So right now we're making the THVS signs, and I'm just positioning it on the float here.
This year's theme is lights, music, and magic.
We're doing a giant elf on the shelf puppet, so you can see it's not quite done, but it's going to be sitting on a fireplace, and it's going to be animated.
Downtown Timmins says this is the 36th parade, and a record-breaking number of floats will cruise their way through the heart of the city this Saturday starting at 6 p.m.
They're going to have marching troops, dancing troops, music troops. This year we have 67 registered floats, which is another record. Last year we had 66, so we've grown yet again. It's going to be a little over a mile and a half. Probably about 2.5 hours from start to finish.
Robin, who is the parade marshal this year, says he has a number of favorite locations to watch the parade go by, but he says the hot spot is in front of the CIBC Bank.
It's quite popular. It's early in the parade, and everybody goes by there nice and slow because they got to make that corner. But I see good popular spots in front of the transit, and down near the end, it's a little bit more spread out. And you have that corner in front of Osaka's. That's really good for a big crowd of people.
The Santa Claus Parade is one of the biggest free community events in Timmins and is well loved with anywhere from 9,000 to 10,000 spectators who come to see the 1,000 people who are in it. About a dozen prizes are awarded to groups that go above and beyond with decorating their floats.
I don't think we're really in it for the prize. Most floats do get a prize, so it doesn't matter to us. It's just the build and demonstrating to the community what we can do in our shop class.
Santa's visit to Timmins this Saturday is also a chance to mail out letters to Santa, donate socks, or provide food donations for the South Porcupine Food Bank. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
One by one, Canadian and Indigenous design flags are being planted. A poignant symbol honoring the service and sacrifices made by veterans who live at Sunnybrook's Veterans Center.
It gives me a kind of a joy to see that happen.
Like 74-year-old Oswald Reese, he served with the 48th Highlanders and participated in several UN peacekeeping missions.
I just look at it and remember all the soldiers, everybody that take part in the wars and what they have done. And to get a happy feeling to know that we did something that make the world a better place.
This is the 15th year for Operation Raise a Flag. All day, a small army of volunteers, staff, and military members have been planting 30,000 flags on the lawns in and around Sunnybrook, a display veterans will wake up to on Remembrance Day.
I think it's so important that we appreciate, learn, and make sure we remember.
It's a tradition here for us to have Veterans Week and to really pay tribute to the sacrifices that they made for us, for Canada.
Each flag represents a donation from the community, with the proceeds supporting several programs offered at the Veterans Center. Programs meant to enhance the quality of life for veterans, including a music room, photography club, and recently a new library branch.
Average age is about 97, 98. And I really strongly believe that a big part of that is because we do focus on enhancing their quality of life. It's more than just about their physical health.
150 veterans call Sunnybrook home, like Len Kubis, who spent the morning watching from the window.
I'm impressed with all the activity that supports veterans.
He was a navigator with the Royal Canadian Air Force and says it's an overwhelming display of gratitude.
Some of my classmates ended up not surviving their tour of duty, so I'm very happy to be here.
During a solemn time of remembrance. Mike Walker, CTV News.
For retired combat engineer Gerald Dogood, a Remembrance Day display such as this is special.
My wife and I drove by here on Sunday, and I was very emotional. I still have today when I think about that. Because Remembrance Day week is very emotional for me. I think of the people I know that have passed away.
In the small community of Martintown, on the 180-year-old mill, hangs a 25-foot tall wreath.
And I feel that every one of them represents those who made the ultimate sacrifice, and they are remembered.
The wreath is made from 1,500 poppies, crocheted and constructed by residents of the Martintown community.
About 30 people crocheted poppies, so 30 people as far away as Alberta who have connections to the area mailed poppies to us.
Really, it's for the community. I wanted something for the community to stand out. And we have the old mill, and that was the best thing to show it off.
The history of military service in Martintown runs deep. It was just 5 years ago that Dogood helped build the community's first cenotaph.
The names on the cenotaph here are the 26 from Martintown who, in fact, gave their lives in the First and the Second World War.
There's a lot of past history of veterans in the area, people serving currently as well. We've had a lot of people reach out to us who currently have children deployed, and they appreciate that this has been put up there for them.
Months worth of effort put into a project to honor lives that were lost.
We're just so thankful to live in Canada. We appreciate the freedom that we have. We want to recognize the people who are aging, who, make sure that we have these rights and freedoms.
The effort, the initiative, and the willingness to do it so that they contribute to the act of remembrance and remembering those that have fallen and give the ultimate sacrifice. What a way to do that, isn't it?
Dylan Dyson, CTV News, Martintown.
Sid's Garage in NDG is booked solid with winter tire changes. People are showing up here desperate for an appointment.
Just as long as I get those tires changed before the next snowfall.
With more winter weather in the forecast this week, that might be wishful thinking. This man is relieved he booked his appointment early.
I think it's the best because of Montreal weather. We never know how the weather changes here, yes?
Over at Gordon's Goodyear, the waiting room is packed. Manager Stephen Kelly says with the December 1st deadline for winter tires just around the corner, it's tough keeping up with demand.
Sure, yeah, we get people will get many calls every day now looking for a spot kind of thing. And we try to accommodate them the best we can, and we take it from there.
Driving without winter tires after December 1st could set you back $200 to $300 in fines. CAA Quebec says as many as 40% of Quebec drivers don't have their winter tires on yet, and some garages are booked up until mid-December.
We're seeing a lot of frustration of people that they do think that, I'm going to go to the garage and get my appointment, my winter's change, the tires put on as soon as I get there. The reality is they're already full. And yes, you are late.
It seems every year drivers need to be reminded of how slippery the road can be.
Whenever we get to winter, being safe, so keeping a safe distance and then slowing down wherever you go, whether it's in small streets or even on the highways.
After the hot summer we had, CAA Quebec also recommends having your battery checked to make sure it's in good shape, and recommends making your winter tires appointment much earlier next year.
I already put a date in your calendar next year in September just to call ahead and have your appointment ready for mid-November.
A good tip so you won't be surprised.
Just seeing the snow itself, it just puts that little fear in you.
And hopefully avoid a stressful drive. Angela McKenzie, CTV News.
Corporal Fitkrit Ukis was inspired to take on a unique project after he first saw a flower that carries a lot of meaning.
When I was in my parents' backyard last summer, I saw a wild poppy growing. I've never seen a poppy in my life, and I thought about it. I don't really see any poppies growing around Remembrance Day.
Wild poppies can be found in Saskatchewan, but they aren't very common due to the specific growing conditions required for them to thrive. After some trial and error, Ukis reached out to the University of Saskatchewan, where he studies horticulture science, to try growing the flowers in the campus greenhouse. Now, the flowers are on display in the school's agriculture building for everyone to enjoy.
I've been seeing a lot of students taking photos and videos of the poppy as well. So I'm very happy to see students and faculties, and even just people from the public, taking a time and moment to reflect back to the poppies, which fills me with a lot of pride and joy.
The history of wearing poppies around Remembrance Day dates back to 1915, when John McCrae wrote a poem about the First World War titled In Flanders Fields. The poem is often read at ceremonies across Canada on November 11th.
I first heard a poem like every other Canadian students in elementary school, and I truly love that poem. It means to me a field of a bunch of heroes, just sacrificing their own life for the greater good for Canada, but also for the rest of the world, the rest of our allies.
UCAS shared hope that the flowers will serve as an important reminder for those who see them.
I feel like peace, just like a plant, all these poppies, must be nurtured or it can be lost. And I feel like this is something we should really reflect back on too.
UCAS says he plans to take what he learned while growing the poppies this year and grow more next Remembrance Day with the help of the university. Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Check this out. It's a prototype farm robot designed by Dr. Jay Wang and his team at the University of Manitoba's Robot Autonomy Lab. It's designed to think on its feet, or wheels in this case. Using artificial intelligence, the robot is able to handle the bumps, ruts, and surprises of real prairie fields, including fields which are now frozen.
The soil is almost frozen, and we have the ice and snow on top of that. We have more slippery, but our AI model learn about the dynamics when it moves. So it's just keep the similar accuracy.
More testing is still required in order to fine-tune it for future use, but these local researchers hope one day it will help make farming more efficient, precise, and ultimately safer.
Surrounded by a sea of seemingly gray stones, that's Rosie, dressed in pink.
Looking for a stone, something like this.
It's something she never knew she could find when she first came here and assumed they were all the same.
All the stone has a different color and material.
She discovered that about 2 years ago, and almost every week since, Rosie's been searching for one specific type of stone.
For example, for crystal.
But before she can hold up that stone with this hand, Rosie needs to put away the AirPods she's holding in the other.
Sorry, I speak with my sister. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry. Turns out this was interrupting a call Rosie was having with her sister, who had been on the other end of the phone this whole time.
Her name is Anna.
Anna?
Yeah.
Okay. And where's Anna right now?
In other country.
And seeing as Anna lives on the other side of the world,
Salam, chetari.
Rosie comes down to the edge of the ocean that separates them to be as close as she can when they connect over the phone.
I'm feeling good because I know she's good, she's going to work, she has a family, she's happy. When she's happy, I'm happy.
And even happier to know that every time she'll find one of these specific stones, which she keeps as a souvenir of their happy conversations.
I have a lot of stone. Yeah. I keep them together. Yeah.
And that
on the shelf. Yeah.
And that makes you happy.
Yeah.
But before she returns to her call, Rosie shows why she picks this sort of stone.
Kind of light on the stone.
Because of the way it glows in the light, and reminds her that no matter how far you find yourself from the one you love, the same sun will always shine on you both. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.